it's 6 rounds.
Cool. And the advantages can be spent on boost.
And it's an added boost.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Brilliant. So this first round, the engines, all 4 of you go blasting. Wow, this is amazing. You've got the wind on your face and you're all hurtling down this canyon pathway. But already, it's starting to get narrow. There's these huge towers of rocks that you have to avoid. So, can you make your first piloting planetary check?
Okay.
Difficulty 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, your boy, this is easy pickings for him. He really is a talented bastard. And so he is swerving to and fro and just dodging this, and the others are, some of them are managing to miss it, others, though, are falling a bit behind as they try to slow down and avoid it.
It's like Aldo.
As you approach,
Aldo's immediately steering so that one of the engines is pulling towards the cockpit as he spins around a corner very quickly to dodge one of these rock maces.
Absolutely, and you're now coming up towards this long arching bend of sand as you get into a bit more open area, but the cliffs are still overlooking you, and Tusken Raiders. Typical, they like to ruin every pod race match, and they start blasting. They can't leave you in peace. They are shooting kind of aimlessly everywhere, kind of without discrimination towards you. So can you do another check with difficulty, RPP, and 1 setback?
Okay, I'm gonna spend one of my 3 boost.
And brilliant. How would you like to spend that advantage? You could use it maybe to try and against one of the other NPCs, or you could use it as so that it gives you the time. And it gives you the moment so that you can use your paint.
He would basically. So with his 3 advantage, with his 3 advantage, he would try and basically huff the booster blue, and then once he's done that, he decelerates just a tiny bit to try and knock into one of his competitors, say the Trandoshan, and try and knock them off course as he spins around the corner.
So the Trandoshan, she manages to dodge you.
Okay.
She manages to dodge you fairly easily. She, this ain't her first rodeo. She knows what she's doing.
Okay. Yeah, with that, Aldo's just gonna accelerate again and continue speeding away.
Brilliant. So as you come up, there is a gap within this canyon. There is a crevasse, and you need to make this jump. You can see a bit of a ledge towards the right, or you could try and speed up towards the middle. Give me this piloting check and then describe what we're going to do.
Okay. I'm going to spend one of my 3 boosts, so that leaves me with 1 left after this. And what? And the difficulty?
Which path?
So is
which path do you want to
one
take?
Quick and risky, and the other is slow and safe?
Yeah. So the ledge, it's a bit slower, but it's safer. Whereas if you try to go straight, it's riskier because you don't have that incline. But it is definitely way quicker.
Okay, so he is going to take the fast and risky route. He's just huffed a bunch of paint. He is you can see through his goggles, his eyes are like pinpricks. He is gripping his wheel like a madman. If the party's watching him on a holovid screen or watching him with binoculars from a distance, he's throwing one of his arms up in the air and cheering as he speeds towards this crevasse. It 100% looks like he's about to die. He shouts, "Now this is pod racing!" Oh no, I'm not going to reference Mad Max.
Well, you have to reference Mad Max.
Okay. Take two. He's huffing this paint. He throws his fist up in the air. What a lovely day! And as he speeds towards the gap, he just takes this risky jump.
The difficulty for this will be RRP.
Okay. Now, now I am going to do a thing. I'm going to reveal a thing, and Daaro from a distance might notice something.
Okay.
I am going to turn that into 1 point by taking a point of conflict. So that would be only 2 failures and 9 advantage.
I mean, that's a lot of advantage. But it is a failure. As you go, you're going over this gap, but you can feel the pod sinking. You're not gonna make it. But you can grip onto the cliff edges and try and ride that upwards and get back over. You're gonna fall behind, but hey, it's a lot better than going to your death.
Okay, yeah, he basically he swerves to hug the edge of the cliff and keep in the race.
And just describe the other bit that Aldo is feeling.
Yeah, so basically Aldo is suddenly filled with terror as he feels the pod falling beneath him. He'd overestimated his momentum. And as he spins to swerve towards the wall to hug onto it and hope that, the gravitech of the machine will pull him up onto the side of the path, he is just filled with dread. And I don't know whether Daaro would notice this, but there's this kind of disturbance as his fear forces him to drag himself onto the side of the track. And he just continues flying forwards at high speed, but he's had to take a bit of a detour now.
Okay, so you managed to pull yourself up. You're behind, but you're alive. Now, we cut back to the stands. All 3 of you, you're watching the holo vids as this is happening. And Daaro, the hair rises on his skin. But more importantly, it's beyond physical. It's the force. He feels a disturbance as he watches Aldo fall into the pit and climb back out.
Oh shit. It's just got a lot more complicated.
What are Janko and Ashkah feeling about this race so far? Especially seeing their friend almost die.
Friend?
Janko just kind of throws up his arms What? He's dead already? I would have thought at least 3 laps more.
Ashkah just sits there, for a moment she genuinely looks like she's going to cry, and then when he comes out she just starts swearing.
Okay, nice. This is the moment where, in a terrible TV show, Ashkah would realise she had feelings for him, and that's the reason she acted like
he almost bought a expensive machine.
Anyway. Okay, Aldo just continues driving. What's the next check?
So now, it's a bit more of an open plane. You somewhat are with the other pod racers, but they're playing mean. The guy in the blue hair, what a menace, right? He is gonna start moving his pod close towards you, so that you're gonna crash into the nearby cliff. So give me a piloting check to try and avoid this.
Can I engage him in a competitive piloting check? So it's I make a check resisted by his.
That's completely fair. Cool. Let's do that.
So what's his agility in his piloting?
His agility is 3, piloting 2.
Okay, so that would be difficulty RRP. So
yes,
I'm going to spend the last of my 3 boosts because I don't want to die. RRP and 1 force die. Nice. So that's 2 successes, 5 advantage, and 1 triumph. I want to spend my triumph just basically. Do you mind if I describe this?
Yes, describe.
So Aldo is gripped by fear and emotion. He propels himself. So I'm going to make that 6 advantage. He forces himself to the side and just rams himself right into this blue guy's pod racer. And for a second, he's leaning into it. And he sees that if he keeps leaning, the guy's engine's going to spin out of control. He will fly into the side of a cliff and blow up. And he's just leaning into it, with this maddening gaze in his eyes. And then at the last second, he pulls his wheel back and straightens up. The blue alien's ship, his pod racer, spins out of control, and one of the pods flies off of his racer and lands in the desert and explodes. With only one engine, he just spins around and around and around. And when he eventually turns it off, he just comes to a complete halt.
Now that's pod racing.
The other 2 racers, they look back in kind of fear. Damn. He's good. He is good. You've gotten through quite a lot of this race. And now that you're almost at the final stretch, but there is some obstacles here that you have to avoid. You go into a cave. It dips. The canyon starts to go in on itself and turn into a cave. It's dark. It's hard to see, so that will be a setback. And there are small pillars within this cave that you'll have to avoid. Otherwise, you risk damaging the pod.
Okay.
So give me a piloting check. Difficulty 2, 1 setback.
He is going to spend that. He's going to spend that force point trying to speed up a bit more. He's forcing himself to go quicker. He tries to overtake the Trandoshan and cut in front of her.
Yes, and he absolutely can do that, and he does. He rushes himself forward. He's got this confidence about him that it's just really, it's throwing her off. She's pulling back. The droid, a few sparks come out of his head out of amazement at the skills Aldo possesses, and you're now coming up to the final stretch. It's a long plane coming back towards the start of the race again. And this is just pure speed. That's all you need. If there is no obstacle, it's just you need to beat them.
Okay.
So this is a competitive check against the 2 of them. So that will be RRP.
Okay, that is 5 advantage, 2 successes.
So you had already managed to get quite a lot of speed on them. You got a bit ahead of them. The 2 light sides, how are you spending those?
To gain 2 successes.
Yeah, you're racing. You were a hair length away in front of them, an inch, a meter. You're really pushing this pod to its limit. You feel the heat coming off the engine, and you're already in a desert, so you're burning up, but you're gonna win.
Yeah, he just punches the accelerator.
Ashkah, Daaro, Janko, you're seeing him in the lead. You're seeing him bang. He's won. He goes through. There are some cheers. There are a lot of disappointments. What a race.
He's not gonna.
The little shit did it.
Janko is jumping up and down. He's very, very happy. He's yes, my machine won! My machine won!
What, wait.
Okay, we can't let this go to his head. This is all Janko.
Wait, what was Ashkah saying? I thought she got cut
You
off.
know what? I just agree. I don't want this to go to his head, but it will. And he's not going to stop talking about it all day and all night. I'm going to have to listen to it.
Okay, as Aldo comes to a stop and throws his goggles off, he's completely oblivious. You know how some people are cheering in amazement, some people are upset they've lost their bets. Aldo is so myopic. He's also a bit high. Aldo is so myopic. He's jumping up and down. He's grabbing a bystander to hug them. He's any fans he has accumulated from this outing, he's immediately their best friend. If there are any conventionally attractive alien women, he is immediately getting to know them. The party might have to come over and say hi to him because he just seems very absorbed right now.
All of the fans are just in his head. He's giving air high fives. No, yeah, Janko comes over. He runs over to the machine, kind of looks at that. He helps Aldo out of the fucking thing because it's probably crashed to shit. And he's just haha, we did it. We won.
Ashkah, we need to sober him up. We can't have them knowing that he doped for this.
Yeah, Aldo's climbing out. He's run over to say hi to people. He comes back to Janko. And oh, Janko, mate, that work you did on this thing, she was beautiful. It was an honor racing her. Believe me, that was just beautiful.
Well done. I expected not so good result, but good delivery is okay.
Oh, Ashkah, what do you make of me now?
Well done. Very.
Oh, when I'm a millionaire racer and I retire on Coruscant, you could always come hang out.
There's nothing that I would like less in this universe. Well done.
Okay, and Daaro, he's gesturing to himself, with his hands in the air. What do you think?
Yes, nicely done. Your eyes looking a bit bloodshot there, bud. I think we're gonna need Casey to give you a bit of a look over later.
Yeah, to be honest, that is not a safe sport. He cracks his neck and starts rubbing his eyes. This is not a safe sport for humans. But we can go and say hi to the Hutt and collect our cash, and then it's just a small matter of owing him a favor. And when has that ever gone wrong?
With Hutts, it's never a small favor.
And as you say this, Yujo, Osri, Rabok, all three of them, they pace their way towards you, and Osri, he begins his clapping. Oh, congratulations! That was a splendid race. And you will receive your payment, of course. 3,000. Master Yujo was... Yes, I was thoroughly pleased. You had me there going for... What was it, halfway through the race when you almost fell down to your doom? But then you crawled back up. Oh, truly amazing, my boy. Truly amazing.
Oh yeah, I think.
This
yeah, I think I gave him.
I know. It's plaguing your mind, isn't it? Trust me. It won't be today. It won't be tomorrow. But someday I'll be calling upon you.
Okay, understood. And yeah, I wanted to give him a good show, so glad you found it exciting, sir.
He snaps his fingers, and the Mun comes over. He passes the transaction slip of 3,000 credits.
Been a while since I've seen one of these. Well, pleasure doing business with you. And yeah, next time we're in this system, we will swing around and say hi. And let me he reaches around, like it's partly because he's a bit high. It's also he's genuinely grateful. He reaches around, he pulls out like a scrap of paper, a bit of. He pulls out. Do they have pens in Star Wars? That's such a dumb question, but do they?
Hyper pens.
Yeah, he pulls out his hyper.
No. That's like
a
quill, space quill.
Yeah, he pulls out his vibro quill, and the vibro quill like inscribes what cursed combo of futuristic and archaic is vibro quill? Okay, he pulls out his vibro quill, and the vibrating nib just inscribes the contact details for their ship. Listen, we won't be able to get the signal unless we're in the same sector, but you can ring us up if you have need of our assistance. Okay?
Oh, yes, I'll be taking that. I'll sort all that out for you.
Well, much obliged, and look forward to doing business with you again.
Excellent. With that, you all say your goodbyes. You've got your money in hand. You can repair your hyperdrive now with all this credit. And hey, you've got a little bit extra. I think you did manage to talk the guy down to 2,500, so you got 500 extra, which is, pretty good. So, do you want to head now back to the Malachite Wolf? Ashkah and Janko are back at the, the garage where the freight is now getting its new hyperdrive, and so I would like Janko, do the mechanics check with a boost from Ashkah, difficulty RPP. Excellent. So you've helped out, which of course has lowered the price to 2,500. You have a new hyperdrive. You can get out of here and start exploring the universe, or just go to where you need to go at high speeds.
Well, this was a fun project, and he
shakes your fist and is going, well, it's kind of all loaded up. And as he's speaking, Daaro, he's getting that sensation. There's something like something bad's just about to happen. Can you do a perception check? Difficulty 3. Okay, so that will cancel out all the failures, leaving you with just 2 advantage. You see something in the corner of your eye. A shadow is being cast on a nearby wall. I mean, this is a pretty open place. Anybody could walk in at any time. And yeah, it's not one shadow, there's 2 shadows. And they're just kind of standing there. Is someone following you?
How long do you think it'll be before we can take off again?
Well, I think you're good to go right now, I'd say. Yeah.
Hey, don't leave without me. I got this part for Spiky. He holds the little laser up in the air.
Great. Well, it was nice meeting you. We'll be sure to say hi next time we come by. I think it's about time we get going.
You then feel a blaster shot rush past your face. Thank goodness you knew trouble was coming, because that could have hit you. Can everyone roll initiative? Okay. So that's the initiative order. And yeah. You got a blaster shot, and you see 2 figures with guns pointed towards you. Ooh. The first one being a red droid, a pretty menacing droid, mind you. From first impressions, looks like an assassin droid. The other being is wearing kind of a long jacket, two blasters in hand is a Rodian.
Well, what have we? Targets that they can get away from us.
So Daaro goes first. What does he do?
First of all, he's going to shout, everyone, Janko, start it up. Let's get out of here quickly. And then he's going to take his slug thrower pistol and shoot at the Rodian. And I'm going to use my maneuver to aim twice, thanks to the extra maneuver from my triumph.
Okay, and that's difficulty 2. Excellent.
Yeah.
How would you like to spend those advantages? So that's a hit.
Ah, damn! You got me right in the shoulder. You're gonna pay for that.
So advantages, I'm gonna... The target drops the weapon they're wielding.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, yeah. So,
This Rodian, he
grabs where the blaster shot got him in the shoulder, which is the same one where he was holding his blaster, and it drops to the floor.
Can I make a correction? Because it's a slug thrower pistol, so it's just a normal gun. So, there is a bullet wound in his shoulder. In fact.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So. Oh damn! Yeah. So he grabs the bullet wound, the blood oozing out of it, and he drops the blaster.
Go!
And now Aldo.
Hearing Daaro shouting to get on the ship, Aldo is going to, as an incidental, try and move a bit closer to the ship. He is going to aim at the Rodian, and setting both of these, basically he's holding his quick trigger, which he pulls out as a maneuver. He was already holding the other laser pistol. As incidentals, he's going to flip both of them to stun setting, and he is going to dual wielding fire at the Rodian.
Brilliant. So make that roll, same difficulty of difficulty 2.
Okay, so YY GGG. No boost because I haven't aimed, and then difficulty PP. 1 success, 1 advantage. I think I'd need more than 1 advantage to turn on the dual wielding. Let me double check.
Yeah.
So he hits with his quick trigger blaster, which will do 6 damage.
Brilliant, 6 damage.
You just got me again. Ugh.
And he will spend his 1 advantage. He spends it giving a boost to the next person who targets the Rodian. And with that, he ends his turn.
What would you like to do?
Honestly, just peg it. This is a fight she can't help with.
Yeah. You can absolutely peg it. Yeah, that'll be a athletics check. I mean, okay, fine. You manage to get off and then up the ship. Though it is stressful, man. Like, just like that.
There are shots coming in at you, trying to avoid it.
So you take some strain. But at least you're on the ship. And next, the droid, he pulls out his rifle and aims it directly at Daaro.
Yep, I'm gonna shoot these bastards to yesterday.
Okay, so he doesn't hit Daaro, but he suddenly, the blast makes Daaro move and he becomes slightly unsteady, and so set back to Daro's next turn.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I almost got the little bugger.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Spiky! Janko, Spiky, someone, get the ship running.
He will start going in and start getting the ship ready to leave. Janko's turn. What does he do?
He goes into the ship and gets the ship ready.
Brilliant. Can you make a athletics check, difficulty 1?
I probably cannot. I cannot.
Okay. He tries to run to the ship and trips over.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Oh no, okay. And look, that one just fell right over. This will be easy pickings. The Rodian, he's sweating though as he tries to grab hold of his pistol again, though the wound is bleeding. So he is bloody stressed out of his mind, but he's got like this mad look in his eyes as he tries to aim at Janko on the ground now. Yeah, and so you take 5 damage. Brilliant, and now we're back to Daaro again.
Yeah, Daaro's going to shoot this guy again, and he's going to spend a strain to double aim.
Okay.
Yay!
Hey, brilliant. How do you want to do this?
So normally, Daaro would obviously be wanting to, aim for the limbs, aim for, try and disable him, but it's a bit shaky, and he shoots, and his aim is off slightly as the shell flies from his pistol, going straight through the Rodian's head.
Yep, it pierces his eyes and pierces out the back of his head. Some of the bits spraying onto his comrade, the droid. Whoa, what is happening here? And he's kind of glitching out, so he's slightly a bit stressed just seeing his partner go, I won't let the targets get away, I won't let... And so he's angry but also confused.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. that was an accident.
We could worry about that later. Aldo takes aim at the droid and starts just blasting. So as well as getting a boost, I also get an upgrade. So Ashkah, YYY, GG, B, P. Oh my god, no! Yeah, so Aldo takes careful aim. Seeing the Rodian fall, he shoots right at the droid's rifle, and he blasts it out of the droid's metallic hands.
Okay, yeah, he does so.
And with that, he starts running towards the ship as fast as he can. He can't take cover because he's used his maneuver, but he will just use his incidental to move as close to the ship as he can. And with that, he will end his turn.
You son of a sarlacc, I'm gonna kill you.
Ashkah's turn.
She's in the pilot bay and just setting up the ship to leave. Fuck this shit, and over the intercoms, she's just gonna yell at the others. Get in the fucking ship! I don't give a shit about killing them. We need to get away now.
Spiky has joined you in the cockpit. He's helping you get the ship ready to fly. This just has had the hyperdrive fixed, so it's slightly stalling. Can you do a piloting check with a boost from Spiky? Difficulty 2. Yep, she has succeeded. The engines have all started coming on. The at the back you see that blue glow, and the ship is now turning on, beginning to hover up in the air, but not so much that you can't get on it anymore. You can still jump on. It's Janko's turn.
Right. Janko tries to get onto the ship.
Can you do that athletics check difficulty 1?
Sure. No. Turn.
Okay. So he doesn't get on the ship, but he certainly grabs onto the platform that's come out. He's grabbed onto it, so at least if it flies away, he's holding onto the ship.
Cool. That's great.
Mr. Roboto is going to aim at Daaro, because Daaro just killed his buddy.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. That's an interesting roll. So yeah, he does miss, but he gets 2 advantages and a triumph, which he will use to pick up the other gun that his Rodian has dropped. So now he's dual wielding, and give a boost to his next turn. Daaro, your turn.
Daaro's going to use his maneuver to just run onto the ship. And then his action is going to be just kind of firing at the droid.
Absolutely. So do an athletics check just to jump onto the loading ramp, and then your attack. The athletics check at difficulty 1, the range check at difficulty 3 because you're further away.
Can I use the Force?
Yeah, you can use the Force.
Yeah, so I'm not tapping into the dark side today.
Yeah.
You've already capped a guy. I think you've had enough.
So as you run towards it, you do kind of your ankle goes digging into the ramp. So it's worse than stubbing your toe. It hurts. But you can turn around and try and aim at
with that advantage, can I say that he, that happens to his ankle, but he manages to kind of fall onto the ramp facing outwards?
Yeah. He can do a sort of weird kind of turn around to try and put himself in the right position to shoot back, but still be on the ramp.
Oof.
Yeah, you miss, and you take a point of strain because it's stressful. You're trying to get on the ship. You're trying to shoot them. There's so many things going on. It hurts. Just you're stressed. Aldo's turn.
Okay, time to finish this. He is going to take aim, and he is going to fire with these 2 pistols. YYY, GG, and then the difficulty is PP, and he adds 1 boost. Mm-hmm. Nice. He will spend 2 of those advantage to hit it with the second pistol, so he hits 6 damage with his main, and whatever damage the other laser does.
So it's a good shot right in the chest. It knocks him back a bit, though he's still standing. Why I will destroy you.
Well, if you want to get us, you're going to have to chase us onto the ship. And with that, he's going to spend 2 strain to take an extra maneuver, and he is going to try and run and board the ship. Shall I do the athletics check?
Yes, please.
That's 1 success.
Yep, that's 1 success. And yet you're on the ship now.
So yeah, he runs onto the ramp to board the ship, And as he's like sliding in, he turns to face the droid, and he's hoping that the droid will chase them onto the ship so they can disable it. And with that, he will end his turn.
So it would be Ashkah's turn. I imagine she's just piloting the ship now. Do you want to communicate that everyone's holding on to the ramp?
Actually, yeah, if she can just check if everyone's holding the ramp, probably even via like CCTV cameras or whatever cameras may be.
There are no cameras on the ship, but someone can yell it and you would probably hear
Daaro's going to yell into the comlink that he has that's linked into the cockpit. Bring the ramp up.
Oh, fucking gladly.
Bring us up.
And she just slams the button to bring it up. And yeah, hopefully to meet her.
Janko's not fully on. He's holding onto it, but he's not actually on the ramp.
Oh,
well, he better get in quickly then.
Yeah. So Janko can give him a hand up, perhaps. Just with Aldo helping, there'll just be an athletics check from
Aldo and
an athletics
Daaro.
check from Aldo with a boost. Yeah, boost from Daaro.
Okay, that is 2 successes, 1 advantage.
Yeah, you hurl him up. He's now on the ramp, and it's coming up and closing. That was a quick one, but you did see what the droid was doing. When the ramp started lifting up, he just stopped and started running in a direction.
I think he's running for his ship. Okay, well, who wants an extra ship? Anyone? There's no way they're beating me in a dogfight. He like cracks his knuckles and he immediately runs to get to the gunning station.
Yep. So Aldo's at gunning station. Ashkah is currently piloting. Janko, Daaro, what do you two do?
What else can be done? Now that we're flying?
A co-pilot, perhaps? Or just being a useful little ally?
Janko would gladly go to be co-pilot in this instance.
Also, Ein, if you need to go, maybe your boy is emotionally torn up by shooting a man in the head, so...
So, we'll say that, yeah, Daaro heads to the med bay to drink.
Aldo hands him over to KZ to get some medical attention, and with that he he runs up to the ladder and he very quickly slides up it to try and get into the pit to like control the gunnery.
Brilliant. And you begin flying. You're not quite in the stratosphere yet, and behind you see a ship tailing you. This is probably the ship of the droids.
Okay, well, my boy is going to bet that he doesn't have a co-pilot or anyone on guns, so he is just going to shout out a command to Ashkah and to Janko. Listen, I need you two to try and outflank him, get the advantage, and once you've done that, I can just shoot at his rear flank and take him out.
Of fucking course. Ashkah is going to just, take evasive maneuvers as best she can.
Mm-hmm. Evasive maneuvers, and Aldo, with a boost from Janko and Bikey, being your little co-pilots. And Aldo is aiming with his gunnery, so that's a gunnery check, difficulty 2.
Okay.
And a piloting planetary difficulty RP, which I'll roll for with 2 boosts.
He'll do true aim as well. And with that, I think he can score a crit because it has a crit range of 3.
Yeah. So he suddenly, he scores a crit, which would be That's pretty good. That is good. Because this ship does you. It's not as strong of a hull as your ship, and it takes you aim a few blasts towards its left flank, and it's now starting to lean and a bit of smoke drifting out. But Ashkah's at the wheel. I don't know, it's nerve-wracking to have someone tailing you, shooting at you, and you fail at your evasive maneuver.
Okay. With that 28, Aldo has knocked their ship off course, so he can't take any maneuvers, the droid, and they have to make a piloting check to regain control of their ship. But yeah, Aldo is shouting out commands to the pilots, "Come on, I need you to get behind him. He'll be able to shoot at us if you're not careful." And with that, he's gonna try and shoot him again if he gets a chance.
Well, firstly, the ship is going to shoot back. He is piloting on his own, so that's a setback to him.
And he can't take any maneuvers, so that's useful.
Yeah, he can't take any maneuvers. It's a setback, and somehow he manages to hit you really well, though he did get quite a few disadvantages, and so when you try to hit him next, he's pretty much put himself in the prime position to be shot, but at least he's got a few really good shots on the Malachite Wolf.
Okay. My boy's gonna try and shoot back, I guess, after the piloting check. Oh, and he needs to make a check to regain control of his ship.
Yeah, he fails.
Okay, he's in tailspin, he's helpless. If we can get behind him, he won't be able to shoot us at all.
And that will be another piloting check from Ashkah.
As she is piloting, she will respond. Will you fucking shut up? I cannot fucking concentrate with... Oh, wait, what does that button do? And she is just button mashing at this point.
Yeah, look, you shouldn't button mash on a frickin' spaceship, man, because a lot of these buttons, you have no... They could be anything. I think you heard the lavatory, flushing from one of the buttons you pressed. Why a button for that is here at the front, you have no idea. But you do have advantage, so you didn't manage to go behind him, but you've begun to do a loop-de-loop.
Janko, I need you to just take over.
So Aldo right now would be above him.
Ashkah, that's the ventral thruster. Ah! He starts getting flipped upside down as the ship begins looping. Okay, so from directly above him, I will try to shoot him.
Yep, and of course that's got 2 boosts.
Okay.
Difficulty PV, yeah. Brilliant. You shoot it, and you hear a massive explosion as the wing just comes flying off. It's spinning in the air with a spiral of smoke following it, and the ship slowly but surely then crashes into the ground. You did it. He's gone. There's no way anyone could survive that.
Okay, we just need to get off this planet as fast as we can. Aldo is climbing down from Aldo's climbing down from where he was shooting, and he begins walking towards the cockpit. Ashkah, that was original piloting, but thank you. You got us through it.
Aldo, take the fucking controllers. I don't know what this does. Apparently that breaks something. You know what? No problem. She just moves. Pilot it. I don't care.
Yeah, this here is for the ventral thrusters.
The spaceship go to space. I do not care. I care less and less.
He kind of
just go take breather.
Yeah,
I'll take care of it.
He steers her out of the cockpit and then sits down to steer the ship. And with that, he tilts upwards and begins flying to leave the atmosphere.